Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz, August 5th. It is officially going down. They just had their official press conference for the fight just a few days ago. Some key things I want to note about Jake Paul. Obviously, he's a lot younger than Nate Diaz. He's got more power than Nate, naturally. Going into the fight, Nate Diaz will have a 2-inch reach advantage. Not to mention, Nate has definitely better cardio than Jake Paul. And we also have to mention, Nate Diaz has had 35 professional fights versus Jake Paul, who's only had 7 professional fights. So I would say Nate Diaz definitely has a lot more experience than Jake. Now, obviously, this is a boxing ring. It is different. But Nate throws his hands in his fight. It's not like he's grappling every second of every round. He's doing a lot of boxing as well. And, you know, Jake's cardio, we've seen him struggle in his last few fights. As we start to get, you know, further into the fight, his cardio definitely starts to hold him back. And I don't think that'll be the case with Nate Diaz. Something we have to look out for with Nate, he's going to cut very easily. Within the first few rounds, Nate will be cut. And, I mean, depending on the referee, you know, the fight could get stopped early depending on how much blood starts flowing from Nate. But he just has all that scar tissue. So you just know by the second or third round, Nate is going to be leaking everywhere. He will still be in the fight, but, you know, this is boxing. They will be very likely to end the fight early if they feel Nate is too injured to continue. But yeah, Jake is the bigger man, but Nate will have a 2-inch reach advantage, which, I mean, in boxing, that 2 inches is definitely, it can make or break you if you know how to control the range. Something else I would like to see Jake do is start setting up more combinations. You can see Nate, he's a great combination puncher. He's not going to have the most power in his punches, but he's going to light you up. Versus Jake Paul, who, you know, especially in his last fight versus Tommy, you could tell he was really loading up, trying to get the knockout, telegraphing, like, hey, I'm trying to knock you out right now. And Nate Diaz is not going to do that. He's going to just tap you all night long. I know Nate is going to work his jab a lot in this fight. So look, once again, guys, August 5th, it is officially going down. Please be sure to leave your predictions for this fight in the comment section down below. Are you going with Nate Diaz? Are you going with Jake Paul? How do you think this fight is going to play out? In my personal opinion, I think the longer this fight goes on, the more likely Nate Diaz could possibly win. I think if Nate Diaz can stay away from Jake's power punches, work his jab, control the range with his 2-inch reach advantage, I know it's not a lot, but if you can control the range, he could win this fight. Now, if you're Jake Paul, obviously you need to close the distance, set up some combinations, use his jab, just be a little bit more technical than in his last fight versus Tommy Fury. Jake Paul just seems very desperate to knock out each one of his opponents versus just going in there, boxing, being smart, being technical, and letting the knockout come to him. So yeah, look guys, I think this is going to be a very close, competitive fight. I know some people hate the crossover fights, but look, I'm excited for this. I will definitely be tuning in. But that'll do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and watch this video next.